The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences has today decided to award the Sveriges Riksbank Prize in Economic Sciences in memory of Alfred Nobel to Angus Deaton for his analysis of consumption, poverty and welfare.
Born in Scotland and a holder of UK and US citizenship, Angus Deaton's work has focused on health in rich and developing countries and on how to measure poverty. Here are a few things worth knowing about him and his work.
I was certainly short of money until long after I was an undergraduate. And I think that experience is something that everyone ought to have. That sounds pretty stupid. It's sort of like saying everybody should be poor, which I don't think at all. But it certainly gives you a perspective on the world that I'm not sure you'll get any very other way.
Deaton is an expert on India, and he says efforts to tackle malnourishment should be mindful of the difference between calorie counts and nourishment. He focuses on household surveys, saying they can provide a lot of insight into issues such as the relationship between income and calorie consumption, and even on gender discrimination in families. Deaton developed the almost ideal demand system in the 1980s to estimate the dependency of demand for a good on prices of all goods and individual incomes. The Nobel Committee said, "This is now a standard tool for academics and to evaluate policy."
I spent a lot of time arguing that the world is getting to be a much better place, and that over the last 250 years, mankind has been transformed from something close to destitution to where many of us have much richer lives in which our talents and capabilities can be more fully expressed. I do tend to emphasize too that there's still much to be done, and that, you know, the World Bank the other day announced new poverty figures which said that the poverty had fallen around 10% of the world's population, and that's wonderful, but there's still 700 million people who are poor.